everybody, let's get right to it. Got to get into the big deal about the 1618. We'll have Mitch Ray on in a little bit. It's been a little while. Perfect day, though, to have Mitch here for us and get his insights. So great to see everybody. What's going on, chat? Welcome back. What's up, Yosip, David, Neelam, Phil, Robert, Beograd, Leo of Cactus, Pat. They're the Harmonaholics. I like that. That's a good one. Let's get to our free 2-week trial, please. And a couple of quick notes. Listen, everybody that's here, that comes here to learn, to study, to gain knowledge, wisdom, experience, you have to get with one of the platforms. So get HPC, Harmonic Pattern Collection for TradingView. Probably the best place to start by sending your username to HPC at SR-analyst. And then a couple quick questions. Still getting lots of new folks. That's great. And even seasoned traders who are new to Harmonic Patterns. You want to become a basic member, get over to the basic members page. It's a free sign up right at Harmonic Trader and access all of the resources here. And again, I'm going to direct everyone's attention to volume 3. Okay, that's the book to download. All the PDFs are free, but get that book. And if you really want to do the deep dive and get it all, go to volume 3. Okay, how's that? Final part, get with the library of software. Please watch the courses. Part 1, identification. 2, execution. 3, management. That is going to show you how to turn patterns into opportunities or profits, really. So, come on, no way. No, when is volume 4? There will never be another book. There will never be another book. Never be another book. There will never. Volume 4 will be a movie before it's a book, I think. And it would probably be like R-rated, R17. But, no, that's what we need to do. And we need to really talk about the amazing thing that happened today, okay? Who's a believer now? Who is a believer? I know Mitch is a believer. He's saw this stuff, and Mitch, man, he's been a harmonic leader for years now because he knows, and you guys know too. 1618, folks. The 1618. Isn't it amazing how this happens? The 1618, 50416 was the exact number. We hit it. Pre-market. Got to look like this here. One is 50416. Hit in the pre-market. What is that number, guys? Couple quick questions regarding the books. No, the books are not a combination. They're all unique books. They build on concepts. Really quick before I go any further on that. Your books, where'd they go? I just took it out. Really quick, a couple questions came in on the books. The books are an evolution of the whole harmonic pattern theory, with the first one being in 98, the Harmonic Trader, really basic, but defined essential foundation concepts. What are harmonic levels? What is the range of ratios? What's an ABCD? What are the alignments? The B point, that's what Harmonic Trader did. It's established the B point. Volume 1, all the patterns put together. Volume 2, a couple more plus confirmation. Volume 3 is type 1, type 2 advanced conditions and a compilation of the patterns. Check it out. It's all there for free, guys. But happy to answer that kind of question. But folks, let's talk about the Qs, okay? Because what's happened this morning, and I tweeted about it earlier, and I think I got to come back to Twitter, X, I think I do. I've been avoiding it, frankly, but um, so here we go. Here's our 1618, and this has been something everyone knows forever. We've been talking about. Uh, Earlier this week, I was basically saying, all right, it's coming. It'll happen by Friday. Today's Thursday. Bang. There you go. But it's a big deal because how the heck does this happen? Anyone know how this happens? Give you a good explanation of why 1618s are so critical. 618, 1618, we call them the primary ratios. We use that in terms of all other ratios. The 1618 and 618 are the primary ratios of all other geometric, however you want to call it, sacred geometry ratios are derived. Now, it is really a first stop on this breakout so far, and I do think we should respect what's going on today, because we always knew what would happen here would give us indication of what's possible. So there it is, the 1618's right there. Okay, of the monthly, what does it mean? Just to really kind of a simple understanding, sometimes people don't know, and that's okay. But you take this corrective distance from the 2021 high down to the 2022 low, perfect bear market, about 11 months. Okay, you take that distance, you multiply that by 1618, projecting it off the low, you get your 1618 at 504, 504.16. That's what that is. That's the measurement. What does it mean? It means it is the definition of a natural growth cycle. It is the definition of a complete iteration of a growth cycle. Can it continue? Sure. But we usually are going to see some type of natural harmonic reaction at these areas. That's what's going on. That's why you're seeing this thing get rejected today. I mean, it's down 10. The Qs are down 10 today. Last time the Qs were down 10 in a day, I can't remember. But that's what we're looking at. The other interesting aspect of what's going on here on the Qs is we got this 4-hour deep crab pattern. So with all of that going on, I mean, you've got 4-hour complementary time frames registering here. That's the exact number, 504.16. I mean, it couldn't be more harmonic than that. So what's the plan going forward? Listen, we got it. You're looking, anticipating profit taking. Okay, we didn't blow through it. Today was the day. Today is the definition of terminal bar. Terminal bar is another concept that was fairly new. I put that out in the volume 1 book, but the terminal bar is the price bar on the bar. If it's a day, month, week, whatever the chart is, when it hits the number, as soon as it hits the number, you start looking, and that's what we've got. We are in reaction mode, so all good. I'm happy with what's happened. We've had a number of issues just do amazing things this summer. The biggest disappointment, you know what I'm going to say, crypto. But the rest of it, phenomenal. I would say we go into a pause here, and I would definitely be looking at this spot now to take a break in this just what's been in a phenomenal run since June. I mean, look at the Qs. The Qs, amazing. When we were at, when we hit 504 this morning, okay, off of the June low, are you kidding me? 442 to 504. Call it 444 to 504. Took you 6 weeks, folks, to do a 20% move. Almost. 15 plus. That's remarkable. It's not sustainable. Got to wait for this to come back in. We are, you're definitely in a corrective mode here between now and next week, and we need to get oversold back down. So listen, that's probably it for now in terms of summer run, summer rally, and let's start digesting these gains. Okay, we'll get to crypto in a second. I'm going to dial Mitch here in momentarily. Let me just get him prepped and give him a little heads up. Make sure he's all ready and get him in there. Give him a 2-minute, and then we'll dial him in. That's what we have for today, and I'll get to it before I get Mitch in here. How about we give away a Harmonic Pattern Collection membership? First person to type in HPC, we will give you a free 30-day. Usually it's 2 weeks. We'll give you a free 30-day HPC. HPC, type in HPC. We'll give you a free 30-day subscription. Hey, if you're a subscriber, we'll give you a free month. Okay. I'll give away a book too. How about we do that? If you want the book, type in Harmonic Trader. Colonel Crypto, you win the HPC. You have to send me an email to harmonictrader@gmail, and we'll get you set up. Guys, we'll give away another software in a little bit, and I'm thinking I'm going to start giving away discounted coupons. So if you're looking to buy the program, I'm going to do a 50% discount next week. So give away a 50% discount. You can use that on an annual or a purchase. RP Hizzle, you win, my friend. RP Hizzle, you win the book, Harmonic Trader. Send me an email at harmonictrader@gmail to get fulfilled. We'll give away a little bit more. Let's get Mitch dialed in. And give me 1 second here. Hear me? Yeah. I think we're good. Are we on, guys? How are we doing on sound? Give Mitch a shout out. Everybody, Mitch Ray. Mitch Ray TA.
See the eyes of the nation are upon us.
Oh, yeah.
Ping everyone.
Oh, yeah. Ping them out. How we doing, chat? A little hype up for Mitch, please. Make sure you guys are hearing him. All good. Let me know. And we'll get started. Congrats to our winners. How you doing, Mitch?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. Better than big tech and the S&P today, but on the other side of the coin, you've got the Russell 2000 that just made its highest level since March 28th. That's pretty awesome. And you've got Dow Jones Industrial Average, the highest price since May 21st, approaching 40K. So while two index funds have, you know,
Nice. I'm going to boost your sound here. Guys, let me know how Mitch is coming in. Yeah, I boosted you a little bit. They're saying low volume on Mitch.
Yeah, it's the right input device. I don't know. Weird. I'm like right up on it too.
You sound good to me. I'm wondering if it's me or not, but I think I'm all good too. Let me just double check one other thing here. Maybe it's something on the other setting here. Hold on. Let me just make sure. Sometimes this stuff goes to, if it's not on.
Sure. Testing.
That might be a little bit better.
Testing.
Bueller. Bueller. How we doing, Bueller? You sound better now. Guys,
Doing my cricket sound right now.
they're saying Mitch is on a plane.
Back in soundboard.
His gain is too low. Come on.
Low? No, the gains are very high, gentlemen. Very high. For freaking, I don't know, 3 months, man.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Hold on. Something they're
I can't hear you now. If you're talking to me, I cannot hear you. So.
hold on 1 second.
No
You're
way.
yeah, you're still low. I don't know why you're still low. Man. Let me check one other thing.
Scott, I cannot hear you.
Oh,
And I am really low on your stream. That's weird.
hold on. Hold on 1 second. Something's going on though. Aye. Hold on. Yeah, am I still low to you? I don't know what's going on, kids.
Yeah, like, you must have done something because I can only hear you through the live stream. I cannot hear you on Discord, like, at all.
Wow, hold on. Something's not right here. No. Don't fade away. Hold on, guys.
To me, I can't hear you at all, so.
Let me check this. No, that's not going to work. Oh boy, hold on, guys. Hold on there. You got anything for me?
Yeah, my input volume is at max on Discord, on everything. I don't think it's on my side.
Sorry, guys. Bear with me for 1 second. Let me get Mitch set up here. This is, I don't know what happened here. Came in. This was doing well.
No, I do not hear you at all on Discord. The
Mm.
only thing I can hear is via YouTube when you're talking. So, like, if I mute my YouTube, I won't hear anything.
Okay. Hold on 1 second, then. Wait a minute, guys. Let me check this. My apologies. Does that do any better? Yeah, DJ Scott is not doing
No,
well.
it's definitely not my side.
Yeah, it's I think it
Nothing that is wrong.
I think
You
it,
can hear me anyway.
I think it's on my side. Hold on.
Tesla dumping? Yeah. Not really as bad. It's not at the lows.
Hold on. Can you hear me now? Mitch, can you hear me now? Hold on, man. Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you, yeah.
All right. I think that I hit something earlier. Trying to get my default settings. Guys, how we doing? Talk to me.
Yeah.
I think we're good now.
Are we?
Yeah,
Let's go find out.
I think we're good. I tried to hit a setting before. Let the chat catch up. Chat, please tell me how my levels are, and then let Mitch know. Yeah, well, we might have to.
Still
Frack.
low. Yeah.
You're
Like,
still
I
low.
must be coming through the wrong, like, audio output on your side.
Yeah.
Like, it's not coming through your
I'm
desktop
audible.
audio or something.
Brother, let's get you back next week, all right? Let me figure this out.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
waste any more
man.
time. I'll figure this out. We'll get you back. Let's circle back Tuesday or something. Let me figure this out, and then I'll send you a note.
All right, man.
My apologies.
No worries, dude.
All
Have a
right,
good one.
you too. All right, guys. Sorry about that. My fault here. Don't want to let that drag too much. I'm not sure why the issue, but it is what it is. Okay. We'll get Mitch next week. Yeah, the audio. I think what it is it's something on the settings here for Streamlabs. Anyway, yeah, we'll get it back. Um, Listen, I really did want to talk to Mitch about his thoughts, how far how far we've come, and where we're going. But let's just talk about the 1618, guys. It's a big number. It's probably the biggest thing we've hit, uh, for about, since of the 886. Yeah. Guys, my sound is okay though. Just make sure my sound's all right. You let me know. But what I want to circle back to today, okay, is what do we do at these levels? Because we're going to go into a pause. Obviously, I mean, this one single day does have huge implications going forward. The fact that we're reacting, that it's got hit the level and rejected, that's always a first step. But this, as I was trying to get into with Mitch, look, we got a 4 hour pattern right now that we just went into the second hour, a second bar of it. And we're all set up here to finish this type 1 on the Qs down to 489. And I wouldn't be surprised if that happens today. And you have a big red candle that gets printed today on the daily. Looks like this. So we start to see some definitive signs of at least resistance that we have to respect. And that's important. Listen, we've got a long way to go. I've outlined targets and ideas beyond this level, but this is a step in the stairs that we need to respect for now. And again, if it's 488, that's minimum on your 4 hour, you're coming in. I would say, between this 483 and 489 area, before you even attempt to go back and retest those highs. What should happen the next week or so, come down to that 483 level. Now that they broke really the fever of the uptrend that started, I would say going back early May, late April, but even the June 1st, that was just an amazing run. So, time to take a break. Anyone want to take a vacation? I do. I'm thinking about it. Probably will in the next 2 weeks. This would be the time, and let them take their profits. Okay, but that's a big situation. I mean, 4 hour, it's a 4 hour perfect pattern. There's your dot. Plus, you know that the weekly monthly is right there. So let this finish. Great, great. I'm happy with it. I mean, listen, take a pause, take a break, take a bow. This is exactly what we have been talking about. Like I said, a year or more. I'm going to say more than a year. 1618 hit this morning. The NQ is a similar situation. Obviously, Qs, NASDAQ, same type of deal. This one, maybe not quite. Did it get to there? It was, I think it was 20,000, just right, a touch of where we were. 20,900, something like that. We know about the shark. 1618 is right there. Yeah, it's like 20,000, 20,600 or so. So you're in that ballpark. We hit the numbers. Let's respect it. Let's let it do its thing, much like we've seen at other critical inflections. That's it for now. So I'm going to let this thing kind of finish off the week, and here's the other big event. Got to watch for how bearish this candle is this week. Are we going to come out of the zone? We're definitely trying to put in an inflection on the retest. Okay, my point is, this is not a BTFD situation. We're not here yet to assume trend continuation. We're going to have to go through a reaction, no matter what. How low? We could go as low as back, retest the 20,000 mark within this whole consolidation range, but there you go. 20,450 at the moment. Here we're dropping, leaving a little bit more. 372, that would be the target for literally this afternoon. That's another 80 lower. 80 lower. Let's quick look at the SPY. Same deal. That hit 2 days ago. 1618 across the board. Yeah, 565 was 560. Remember, it's this. There you go. It is a deep crab. We talked about that last time on the monthly chart. But 1618, folks, to the T. And I'm sorry, but I got to say this too. Wall Street's aware of the 1618. Okay. It might seem esoteric, but look, that's your 1618 on that bar. And so they're aware of it. They're selling into it. Not all of them, but by nature, yeah, they're probably getting similar readings of we're getting overbought. 1618. That is it. That is the natural harmonic that defines the iteration. So for this monthly iteration, for this whole deal that started back October 18, 19 months ago, well done. How far? How far can we come off? We have to wait and see. But if you go even to your things like your indicators, okay, we're still in the overbought. To get a bearish month, okay, the SPY would need to close under 542. It'd need to drop pretty hard. But we're going to watch that. Regardless, we're seeing the first reaction. Be aware of it. And then, yeah, the weekly's there. Check out this weekly. Even the weekly automated software pattern is showing us a crab pattern projected basically in the same area. We're in the overbought HSI. Look, we're up here right now. We just hit weekly. So bearish candle next week, that confirms it. And I, would say that if we get that confirmation and we hang up in this zone and start rolling over, you're looking at a critical inflection. Something a little bit more that could lead to a little bit more than just a retracement. So I told you guys we were, coming to this point in getting close to target. So we're going to have to start shifting perspective and change our anticipation and actually, start thinking that we're at the end of this run for now. I know, crazy to say, and everyone wants everything to go to the moon, but no, we really need to kind of just get our head around the fact that, hey, if this pauses up here and consolidates in this area, 550, 560, maybe it's a little back down to 530, we're not surprised. Okay? A lot's happened here. Before Mitch ran out, he was saying, take a look at the Russell. And it's your hope that the Russell and the Dow, in this rotation, you can get this market to start to broaden out. Really critical, especially with NASDAQ hitting 1618. I still say it's only a pause, but you do want the larger market to hold up, if not other sectors experience rotation. There's the Russell. Here's the Russell on a monthly chart, which is, I think it's remarkable because the Russell relative to where NASDAQ, S&P are, there's the 2021 high on the Russell. Look where you are. You're at a 618 all time. We need to see that thing get caught up. Imagine tech, S&P, which is really dominated by like the top 10% of the issues that are in there. Okay, something like that. Uh, Making new highs to a 1618. And Russell, oh, interesting left. That's at a 618 retracement today. Exact 618. So what happens here on Russell, I think, is also important. You would want the Russell to continue. Otherwise, hey, if Russell gives you a 618 retracement, then you're gonna have problems. Gotta have to really sharpen kind of insights now. We hit the targets, the big targets. These big targets were things that I said give it till January. Here we are, July. Looking good. Couple more. The Let's look at diamonds, Dow diamonds. Yeah, sorry about Mitch today. I'm gonna go see what's going on. It might be something on my Discord setting with the Streamlabs. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. Here's the deal on the diamonds that makes sense to me. The 1618 is still up there at 420. You're trading 397. Okay, could be something that still is realized, but it's another 1618 lagging. But it's a 1618, and I would think of it like this. There's your confirmation, you've checked back 2 weeks ago. You're still 2 more months, excuse me, not weeks, months, it's a monthly chart. You would still need 2 red months after that signal before I'd be concerned about anything. So eyes on that. Things are hitting at different instances, but we're absolutely laser focused on these targets as a critical limit to what started 18 months ago, for sure. Let's move over to some other critical limits like Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I think if Bitcoin was anywhere close to the 1618, I would say mission accomplished. Say mission accomplished and take the year off. Take the rest of the year off. But, okay, not there yet. And in fact, what is it? Is it a failure? 113 here? What's going on? Because I think the monthly chart, we're going to have to stick on this interval until further notice. Why? Well, it's this. It's, a failed, you were not able to get above that. It's like a push just above it. We could almost say, hey, that really is still not getting through the 886. And so what are you going to do? Come down? How much come down? Because we've said all along, the main zone between 62 and 71, 60 to 70 range, that would determine it. And then the acceleration would happen above 73.5, above 75. That's not what's going on. And that's okay, but we have to read those insights quickly enough so that we really can know which way to be on this. I'm of the opinion that Bitcoin now is in a retrenchment that will have to do some things that harmonically in the long run will be more ideal, but in the short term, you're going to have to wrestle with some stuff. Um, we don't, what ends up happening here is you don't get any M formation. You got a B point that failed the prior high, but you now you don't have that ability to produce some kind of W projection formation. It's odd, but that's what happened. So I have to go off of saying, all right, if this is the extended segment that began as the bull market and we're in this type of retracement, I'm going to need a 382 out of you. I'm sorry. I'm just going to need a 382 out of Bitcoin. And that's 51.8. I need a 382 if I'm right about this. Okay? This is the first thrust. You get a 382 pullback and then you start looking in that area, but I also I'm going to kind of flip it down and say we can look at 382 or we can look at 618 because it is a retracement. It's a harmonic retracement. And what's going to be the most ideal harmonic retracement for whatever the next leg will be? It's going to be minimum 382. I would prefer to see that. Okay. Or if it's going to come all the way down here, what I wouldn't be surprised to see is a big kind of flash flush. That's what's happening. Now, what could get us out of this? Some kind of weekly or monthly oversold trigger. And this is the thing to watch because we're now at the 50 level. We inflected. Okay, we checked back. This dot is related to that HSI. So it's not, we haven't even had enough for that HSI, but both of these have checked back. All of this is super firm resistance now. The only thing that would get us out of it the quickest is a weekly HSI with a dot. We're here now. Okay, 57.7, that's fine. To me, 61 was it. That was the low it needed to be swept. Now I need to see a dot. And I've been saying this for a couple of weeks that I need to see 2 green candles, 2 green weeks. I'm not interested in doing anything else in the space until Bitcoin can print 2 green candles. So we're not that far off the highs. It feels probably even worse than it seems. But structurally, the way this thing is coming together, okay, is that saying, I'm not ready to go. I'm not ready to go right now. This is not the time of year that I want to go. If we were to we have a check back, 1 green candle, 2 green candles next week, that would put you around the 28th, the end of the month. Okay. You would not be able to look for the opportunity until the last day or two of the month. So please just kind of set aside your expectations for having this thing fire off. I would rather miss a couple thousand on the upside if that's what's going to happen before I get the confirmation I need. Quick, couple of the T coins. So, look, it's not that I'm giving up on this. What I'm just saying is that we have to be patient. It's like any trader, any trading methodology. I hear a lot of this, people having problems being patient. Well, if not, if you can't be patient, you're going to pay. So you're either going to get paid to be patient or you're going to pay to be impatient. But this is the situation. Where's my total? That's Bitcoin. Here's total index. Total index trying to put in a dot. Okay, and I'm looking at that closely because this is actually leading the way. It's ahead of Bitcoin, but check out what it's doing. It's big move thrust up, come on back down. The 382 has been hit. That's what Bitcoin should look like. Bitcoin should have a dot at a 382 or whatever the large harmonic is. In this case, as long as this stays green by Sunday, we can start looking next week. Next week on the total index with the open trigger right at $2 trillion. What does that mean? We're looking next week for a retest at 2 trillion. If this is the low off the 382, it should continue there. At least in total index, you do have the makings for being able to do the longer W. There you go. That's an 886. C points at a 382. Go to a 1618. Okay. This is still perfect right there. And then 1618 is 4.4 trillion. Yeah. Like that. But even with all of this, and if it works out perfectly at the 382, the trigger on total index doesn't start till next week. Okay? Understand that. We have to look at multiple markets in this crypto space to get the assessment of where's the next harmonic. Where is the next harmonic? Just like the QQQ and the SPY, they had beautiful harmonic 1618s today. So we laser focus on that and we see, look, Nasdaq's down 450 now, right off of that one major 1618. When you can spot those harmonics up, okay, line them up, hit them in the right spot, you get moves like this. This is why they're harmonic. It's unavoidable. In the same way, we need this 382 confirmation for the weekly structure as a minimum to be able to set off what should happen going forward. So we are looking for, whether it's total or Bitcoin or whatever, you need a C point on your weekly chart. So let's circle back to what is the recipe. The recipe going forward, post-halving, ever since our session, our crypto webinar last month, weekly HSI oversold, weekly dot, which is and then type 2 pattern on the daily. Any daily patterns here? Nope. Not yet. Maybe. Something trying to come together. But I think we have to look more to things like Solana. Okay, I know Mitch and I were talking yesterday about things we liked and we didn't like. Solana was up there. Like it. Here is a type 2 daily pattern. And I like what's here. I just don't like that we don't have confirmation, or even worse on Solana is we have counter daily HSI dot. So 121.39, still the big level on an asset like Solana. The problem is I don't have any confirmation down here at the T2 just yet. Remain patient. We'll get it. And then the weekly is putting in the dot now. But folks, that's not valid until Sunday. So Sunday night, we want to be paying close attention. It's a critical weekend. You just need to hold. You need to hold, and then next week on Solana, come back, retest like 131. Same deal here. You're looking for a C point. If we're going to trace it out, and this has been our assumption since last year of how we were going to handle this entire crypto cycle, is, hey, we're looking for price discovery crypto. We're looking for it to do 1618 weekly, even monthly extensions, something that breaks out to new highs. Now, one thing we're seeing here is not all of them are setting up as 1618s. Solana here has a B point at a 786. That sets up a butterfly. So on that move of what would be the minimum assumption, 272 to 325, that is the whole framework of this coming cycle of what's possible. Where is the C point going to be? It's either 122. I think we could dip as low as $95, and I'll tell you why. That would almost be a 618. It's like 55%. It's the hop level here on your daily. Okay? Look, we're getting close to opportunities. The problem is that when you get to that final flush phase, it can be painful and it can take a lot more time than you really want to see. But that's what's going on. I want this to kind of flush down. I would say under 120, maybe as low as 95. Between those levels, give me some kind of confirmation value on the daily. We know we'll get it on the weekly. And next week is probably going to be that first place that we look. Absolutely. Yeah, I think you guys are, I hear you guys. Yeah. No, I agree. You guys are babbling in there about, can Bitcoin go to 30K? No. I'm not too worried about 30K, but I am thinking that we are going to hit some kind of correction retracement that could go as low as 42. I think Bitcoin's main number is 50, guys. It's probably flash under 50, a scratch, but that's the all-time 382. Others like Solana here, okay, I think they're clearer situations. Still lower, but you've got the weekly setup. You've got the daily type 2s. Let me show a couple more, because the one thing that I want to do is I want to put together possible T-coin portfolio of what's going to be the bag. What bags are we going to hold outside of the top? We're now down to 3. We've got Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana in our portfolio. And as I mentioned before, we've got 11K left in USDC. I want to allocate that to like 7 or maybe 9 coins. Put like $1,000, $2,000 in each. So which ones? Things like Render, Type 2 daily, trickling down. We need confirmation. Nothing there yet. And then the weekly on Render. At least you have the pattern set up. You're checking back. But Render as well needs 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks. That's how you get a yellow dot. You retest. Okay, we retested. Did we retest in that? The low is 688. What's that low? So this candle did retest. So I need 1 green candle. Render is 1 green candle away from a dot. Again, all of this is pointing to next week. We were saying a lot of this back at the end of June. Things got stretched out. Confirmation needed to happen. So end of June, finally, we see some things to retest. And then, okay, all we need some green action. I'm lining them up. I'll wait. I think Render could be somewhere under 6 as the entry, so it's not there. A couple of the others. And remember, the other point to our presentation in June was to remove the dead crypto. Just get it out. No more dead crypto. Things that, and we talked about what defines a possible T-coin move that actually has worked. Here's Akash Network. Why am I looking at this? Well, it made a lot of progress pre-halving. And you're talking a year ago, Akash Network was 20 cents, went to 6. Now you're 340. The assumption is you're in a long-term trending situation. Okay, we're getting a dot this week, not official until Sunday. You have actually the possibility of a second dot. But based on the pattern, The daily type 2, all of that, it's under $3. You're $3.40 at the moment. So haven't done anything with it. I actually probably could have taken a swing right here back on that last test at 308 with this yellow dot, but then we ran into a counter HSI, and that's something people should be aware of. Okay, if you're new to the patterns, you're working with the patterns, understand, study the videos on HSI, and if you have any questions, they're on the YouTube page. But we get this kind of a situation. You hit a counter HSI, you bump your stops up, because then that's just reaction. Come on back down. But it's under 3. Akash Network, I like it, but where? Could we come as low as 2? Sure, we could. And unfortunately, if you got in now, you're talking of a 30% drawdown before you hit that stuff. So being early is not the way to go. Not yet, at least. But let me show you 2 or 3 others, and then I'm open to hear what you guys are interested in looking at. Show me your garbage. Avalanche. Another one. We've talked about this. Waiting for the type 2 retest really since back up here in the 60s. But here it is, all the way back down. We hit the hop. I mean, it was right off the hop, 22.39. Amazing. Problem, no confirmation yet. Pattern, it is a valid type 2. And then when you go to your weekly, here we go again. Maybe not as much progress, but at least that got to a 382 on Avalanche. That's what that was. And now C point is your 618 level is there at 27, 26, 20, yeah, sorry, 20, 29, 30, and we're at 25. The 786 is a touch lower, around 21, 20 bucks. Get the point? You're close. Now, Avalanche needs really only one more green candle. There was the signal all the way back here in May. Then the check back in June, one green candle. Yellow dot goes on the next green candle. So maybe next week we can start looking. Maybe. Not definite, but maybe. All of this stuff is pushing us, it seems, to really consider things come August. Maybe it's like right at the end of the month. Then we go. Ethereum Classic, that's the last one. I started to introduce these last time, but we've got a yellow dot on the weekly if that goes green, which I think it could, but it wouldn't start until next week. Ethereum Classic is also not only it's daily, but it's a weekly type 2 with this secondary confirmation. That's the way to look at that. That's a retest of that zone with now new confirmation. Been frustrating because we almost had the shot to get back and do a target 2 on that last run. But I'm telling you, something came in right around the 21st of March and kiboshed the whole market. The whole market. A couple more. 1 or 2 more. Not a couple. Yeah, a couple. 2 more, I guess. Things that I find really interesting that I'm lining them up. Get rid of the dead crypto and line it up. Where's Ondo? Come on, Ondo. Ondo and Near Protocol. Here's Ondo under 97. Boy, that thing is held up. Ran to as high as a $1.50. But starting to put in and print some patterns off the top on Ondo, which has been one of the stronger of these. You get the shark around 84. Let that come in. Let that get some confirmation. Like the rest of them. This is probably one of the strongest of the ones that made progress. Yeah, let's keep, just waiting for some dots, waiting for HSI. Because take a look, we never got down there on that latest test. We do have this type of situation where Ondo has a complex formation preceding it, but it's got to get up. So it's not in the clear yet. And I'm still going to wait. I really want to wait on for Bitcoin to give us its signal because everything this cycle has run in sympathy to Bitcoin. It just has. And I from the beginning I said this cycle is more about Bitcoin than ever before. Ethereum, guys, 2880. That's your line in the sand. Now, we do have a nice bat pattern on this retest at 2880. And you're now back to back. Problem I have with it is I wanted this to be shark to 50 and launch. But okay, daily pattern. All right, I can start looking. Said this last time as well. HSI, we are oversold. We've checked back. One green candle, need another one next week. All of this, again, probably puts you out more like the 20th, 25th of the month to where if we're going to expect anything to happen or position for anything to happen, it's not until then. And in the meantime, we go early, got a chance of getting burned. Couple more. What's up, GoldenEye? Wants to look at Axel. We just did Ondo. Axel, haven't looked at that in a while. Looks like this. Yeah, look, definition of crypto is like this. Straight up, straight back down. How many times do we have to go through this? Daily. Okay, all-time bat pattern. What's the problem? We have counter HSI signal right now. It's saying, hey, I'm not ready yet. Here's your zone on Axel, and it's a good one to look at because this is something I think they overlook too much when you're in a zone. Okay, there's the T1 designation right there. The confirmation came in before. It really doesn't match up here either. So you get a price action kind of bounce. That was it. And then 2 days ago, you got a yellow dot. So I expect that to be back in the zone here. Give me a confirmation. It's going to be under 58. It's down here. You go to the weekly. Okay, you did put in a yellow dot and you had the check back last week. So I'll look at that closely. It's a tough one because you made progress, but then you came right down, and this is relatively new on Coinbase, but you came back for a full 886 reset. And that's where that is. 886 is 58. Could you do at least a 382? Something like that. That would be amazing if you could get that. But that would be the most. You do a 382 and then back down. I'm more inclined at this stage in the game to stick with larger cap, not larger crap, crypto, and then get things that are trending or at least close to trending. A couple more. Cardano, not trending. ADA, we've said forever, right? 38 cents. Look what happened. We got to 32. There's a yellow dot, but any patterns? No. Well, there's a bat. It's not the nicest of bats, but even with all of this, I'm still would wait for. I need HSI. Where's HSI here? My thought on Cardano is that we go all the way back to 25 cents. You retest. We had some patterns down there. I think it was weekly. Crabs and stuff. Crabs and Sitch. Where'd it go? No, all the way back down. like 25. You are at target 2 off of the crab for Cardano, which is interesting. But again, even with this yellow dot here, you don't even think about it till next week. I'm all right, you know. Um, it's not that it's a, it's not stellar. Okay, it's you could probably get into that and then have to go through it for months, likely, before that would turn around. We need to see some green. Then we need to let this thing kind of blossom a little bit. We need to let this crypto market stabilize before we go back in. Couple more. Who wants to look at Brett? Who is that? Kicks and crypto. What's up, Kicks? How are you? Welcome to the show. Brett. So Brett was one. We were on that at 3. It went to 18. It was like this. It was on MEX C. Hold on. Where's the. There she is. So that was the pattern on Brett we were talking about. It was a tight bat, type 2 bat, but it was a tight 1-2, quick up, retest with a dot. I mean, look, even as crazy as that was, folks, this is the recipe you want to see. T1 or T2, where's the yellow dot? Yellow dot trigger using that bar on the open at 3.4 cents with the XA level at 3 cents. Those are the things you want to see. And notice also, okay, where did the first counter HSI signal come in? Because you're here at T2 going at the T2 designation going to target 2, which is 6. Well, there's the HSI where, okay, I would be looking for the check back, maybe a dot, definitely tightening stops here, but it took off and blasted off. What to do now? Well, we don't have any pattern, nothing forming to the right yet. So I would love to get another bat on the pullback, and I need a better feed. I need something a little longer term. Needs more time. Maybe go to the daily because that thing's so new. But that move is essentially done. You have a daily here, HSI. Also notice you did hit amplified oversold. I would look for this thing to come back up. Got to get that above the 50 level. So still, I would want to wait. I don't have any patterns to go off of, but if I want to see this really assert itself, it's above the 50 line. Besides, that needs to check back. Retest the open of that candle. So it's like this. Whenever you see a dot, and this has been working really well on our 5-minute setups for NQ in particular, but you see the dot that forms, okay? The next bar is the first time to consider it. What is the open of that candle? 1083. 1080, sorry, 10.8 cents. Look for that to retest that and then turn around. So your couple days, your couple bars. This stuff is as important as a perfect confirmation, because if you don't have what you need to see to activate to trigger the trade and you're jumping in, okay, go flip a coin. That's how it goes. That's a lot of times people, especially the crypto space, they want to see fireworks every day. It does not happen that way. In fact, the fireworks tend to be seasonal. They come for a couple months at a time throughout the year, and then stuff dies back down. Couple more. What's up, Tim Tom? Yeah, we got your Cardano, XRP. I told you guys, I sold my XRP, the rest of it at 47, and now it's 43. Where is it? 45. Yeah, and again, it did a full flush back to 40 cents. All along, I've been saying 50 cents, under 50 cents, 47 cents. Boy, it is the most disappointing macro crypto period. There is no more, there's no singular crypto more disappointing than this. It's type 1 now failed to do anything off of that retest on the dailies, and you're back here again. Um, I still say that as long as crypto and Bitcoin hold up, I don't think there's any problem with this being a catastrophe. And when I say catastrophe, I mean like go back to like 5 cents or 10 cents. But certainly, this thing has been floundering for a year, and that's not going to change. I would need to see, again, strong daily action, weekly action, 3 bar turnaround, something to at least signal that this is over. And that's been the case on a lot of those legacy crypto, especially the ones that took off last cycle. I'm not going to say that's totally dead because of the market cap, but it sure is not dancing. Couple others. Bonk. Who wants that? Uh, Bonk is, we talked about Bonk a while back, and that was when a lot of those meme stocks were running. And the thing on Bonk was we were waiting for the dot. Remember this? Waiting for this daily to have the return phase. We were looking at T1, and then we got the HSI. It looks like this. And then the dot didn't happen until more like 2.6. So no bullish pattern, by the way. That's usually, I prefer if you're going to get back to back and look for the return trade. Well, at least you violated the downtrend. We're starting to come up, but are we going to get back to retest that pattern? That's the idea. I just don't have any structure down here. I would have loved this to have been a bat pattern, but it wasn't. So under 2.4, maybe I'd look for that. Look for something, but it's really not acting up the way that I wanted to see it to do a return move. Here's the 4-hour pattern, which on Bonk, okay, you do have a structure there, but what's it doing? It's sidelining, going sideways. Couple of HSI yellow dots. So again, this is kind of starting to lean back down to go back into the zone, a little lower. I think it's back to 2. This is where we are. What's up? Hey, Leo, how are you? Wants to look at Celestia. Tia's look like this, guys. Celestia, again, another one. A lot of the big structures that we were waiting for to come in, okay, are starting to basically come to us in ideal fashion. But look, it's another straight pop up all the way back down. This is one I was impressed with until the last 6 weeks. Okay, it's a big reset, perfect reset. That's on Bitfinex. Where's the Coinbase feed? That was Coinbase. Coinbase feeds like that. It's a shark. Okay. On Binance, it's a perfect bat pattern. What's missing? Well, you're looking at the natural reaction here, but where's confirmation? To the right of the T1. Not to the left, but to the right. If confirmation was like right there at T1, maybe I could fudge it, but I don't have anything. So you're just looking at price reaction. And I probably think you come back down, retest XA 4.36, and then hope that that triggers this. Triggers HSI. HSI is not even close. We got to get both elements together. That's the problem. You didn't get confirmation, or confirmation is still a week away in those big ones. And so again, is you have to be ready to trade when the market is ready to be traded. I think most crypto people are always ready to trade the market, but these charts are saying not yet, guys. Not yet. Hold in. You know, when you're ready to take that vacation and you're off your phone for like 2 days, 3 days, yeah, that's probably when it's going to happen. I'm joking, but this stuff is early. In fact, yeah, we do have a yellow dot on the Binance feed for TIA, but like the rest of them, it would be Sunday. We start looking. What's up, Lars? Yeah, the software, you can do both. It's if you want to learn to plot manually or you want to do automatically, I would still say get the software. Because Hay was asking about, do I do it manually? We used to do it manually, but to get the true harmonic levels, it's best to go with the automated algos. All the rules are built in. That's how, and how you get patterns like this automatically. Everything that's included. The other aspect, though, he says he wants to learn how to manually plot. Learn the definitions, follow the automated, okay, and then and integrate. Utilize that as like kind of like a pilot, if you will. But learn all of those. If you do want to learn all the manual, how to manually draw the retracements and everything, I'm going to say, well, you can go to volume 3 here. Go to volume 3 or volume 1, but all of the ratios are in there. So each of the points of the patterns are spelled out here in volume 1s, and it's a shorter summary, but it shows you all the points, which everyone should know. I think what happens is people learn the retracements first, the XAs, and then they realize, oh, there is a subtle difference pattern to pattern. Couple more. If you have any questions, let me know. What's up, Vince? Vince wants to look at stacks. That's an AI, right? Stacks, STX, USD. Binance, sure. Here we go again. Now, this is a little different. Why? Let's blow up the zone. Like the shark, okay? Here's your shark. T1 designation. There's arrow for HSI. 2 days later, you have a check back right there. 1 green bar, 2 green bar. So if I'm making an assessment for the trade, it starts after that yellow dot. Where do we see a 3-bar turnaround? Where do we see stabilization? If my job is to look to the right here, where are the signs of individual reversal turnaround? Because really, that's your first 3-bar breakout. Now, a lot of people would say, well, why wouldn't we just enter here and ride it all the way up and down? We're trying to optimize our zones. We're looking for those triggers, and then just use some common sense price action. 3-bar violation, trend line. That's the other aspect of what's been happening since February, March with a lot of these. They're still riding these downtrends. I mean, this is reminiscent of a year ago where we were waiting for all of those crypto. They were just trending on, underneath the downside here, this down sloping trend line. And it's the same kind of a thing. It's like that. So stacks, it's good in the zone here. I need to see development under 150. You're 162 at the moment, but under 150. And it's not a type 2 on the daily, but we have a weekly dot. I do remember I was going through this. I think it was like 2 days ago. I saw stacks. All right. Nice chart. Amazing push up to 350, 375. Okay, now get cut and lose 2/3 of your value. But if this is going to go again, you better do it from here and you better hold. This week has to print green, and the open of that bar at 132 has to be your support. 132 is that number on stacks, but it's not till next week. Absolutely. A couple more. Near protocol. Near protocol is another one. That's for events again. Guys, Near is like Ordi and some others. They did big moves early on. Now they're coming back. I thought Near, maybe it's Ordi that has the patterns. Near, not really. Near is not Near. Oh, this is the deal on Near. There you go. Near is, you got HSI giving you the inflection, but that's always early. And I want people to understand that. HSI down in here is not a signal. And it, even after it comes out, it's still not a signal. It's designed to be early. We need to let it trigger, and then we get some corresponding action to verify it. That's how the dot gets created. So Near, not as near, even though it's up 7% today. We've got this. Where's this Ordi? So Ordi has a yellow dot this week. Okay, and I thought this was a type 2. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was a type 2 elsewhere. Ordinal was like, yeah, maybe it was here, and the type 2 at 27. I'll come back to this next week, because even, first of all, I'm not sure that that's even going to be green. We got to wait till Sunday on it. Okay, but then we go. And it's, look, it's a lot like this dot. That's the rationale. Even though you had an HSI down here on the weekly, I mean, yeah, you could have, that would have been a great just to buy it there. It worked out incredibly well. I mean, really incredibly well. 3 to 80. That's crazy. Okay. But much like here, we had a bearish dot, and it still took the better part of 2 or 3 months before that rolled over. Same on the downside. Ordi's that other one. Yes, they are plant. Everything that you guys see is on the that's automatically generated. Stacks is a BTC DeFi. Okay. Arun, you want to look at the volume spike. I'm going to save that. The volume spike, that's a tool that we have on some of the other platforms. I've kind of let that slip, if you will. Why? Because it's, you know, it didn't come fit in with the other tools in the way that I really wanted, but it's okay. What was the other one? Caspa. Hey guys, check this out. Nasdaq's down 500, lows of the day. Going to that 360 level. Caspa, like this. Man, that is strong. Look at, that's an amazing crypto. Okay? No matter what happens from here, that is what I call trending. And I mean, amazing. That has been super strong. In all of this weakness, look what that has done. We are checking back though. Wouldn't be surprised that 18 cents maybe gives you a little resistance there. The daily, yellow dots. Okay, a couple of patterns. Yeah, it was the bat pattern at 10 cents. That was last time. And now we have a type 1 at 16. This might be the strongest chart I've seen. I thought Ondo was it, but I'm impressed here. Maybe this does something like this. Come back, off of 16 back to 19.3. But like the rest of them, I can't expect much until I see Bitcoin print me some dots, or Ethereum too. But that's a beautiful crypto. That is opposite of dead crypto. That is live crypto. What you'd hope to see is some kind of retracement off of this. Think about it this way. Doesn't look like most other crypto charts. It's sticking its head out to me in a major way. That would probably be the next one on the T coin list at the right price. Nice though. Hey Lars. Lars is saying Caspa is proof of work, which is important to him. And I've always said proof of work, I think, is going to be the one thing that separates crypto. I think there will be a space for that proof of work crypto type as a digital asset, as a digital asset to store cash. Couple more. Hey, I don't know what's going on, but Hey is telling me that he had problem registering. Can you send me an email to harmonictrader@gmail on that? I think what he's saying is this. Everyone, really quick, and I'll give you a 2-second promo. Go to the website, harmonictrader.com. Register now. I'll look into this, where all you need to do is sign up. Okay? Sign up right there, submit, and it'll and then logs you in automatically. If you don't, if it gives you an issue for some reason, maybe if you're outside the US or something else, or maybe if you're on a VPN, I don't know, send me an email to harmonictrader@gmail and we'll set you up. And also, the easiest way to get the free trial, guys, send your TradingView username to hpc@sr-analyst.com. All right, check that out. One or two more. What's up, Diamond? Diamond wants to look at LDO, and I think that was another one. We were looking at that. That had some interesting harmonic setting up. There's the bat, and that's on a weekly. There you go. Daily is a type 2. That's a 2 of 2 LDO. Down at 140. That is a type 2. It's back-to-back patterns. All right, look, at least that made some progress, even though that's gotten really kind of beaten up from 380 down to 160. But we come back again to the weekly. Tell me about the weekly here. You had a pattern. I don't know why it keeps disappearing, but we should get a yellow dot. There you go. And it's a type 2 on the weekly. So thanks for bringing that one up. Kind of reminds me of Ethereum Classic. Still are going to need HSI. So HSI got oversold right back there on the initial test. It has checked back. This is another one that's going to need 2 weeks, but I really like this. Who said that? Joe, or no, Diamond Faded. Thank you. I'll get that on the list. I like that. David, please post that link if you could for Discord. If not, I will. I'll send that to you in the email as well. Joe, we didn't look at gold and silver today. I can do that really quick. I want to get out of crypto world here with one last one. Is I want to take a look at the others index, guys, and I'll explain why. Others has been this crab. It's an overrun crab, kind of ugly. On the daily, it's like this. Some patterns, some pulling back. We need to get some confirmation down here. And that's somewhere around 200 billion. It's interesting, like the total index is 2 trillion. Crypto total market excluding the top 10. That's the others index. That's at 200 billion, roughly, kind of big psychological support. And the related to that, others, is the total 3 index. Total 3 is like this. Just another way to glean some insight into, where is this going? Okay, weekly ABCD off the top, or daily ABCD off the top. Weekly looks like this. So I've talked about what has been going on here. These are the arrows I drew weeks ago. Okay, when we talked about this, 474. That's the type 2. We didn't officially retest this pattern, but I've always been impressed, and it's one of the reasons why, I'm not throwing the towel in on crypto just yet. This is a massive uptrend line, okay? And what potentially is going on here on the weekly is we get a retest high level retracement pattern after the 2021, 2022 peak, reset, retest, and then we go off of this next level. So we do have some things here. I think there's a number of constructive developments that the only thing we need is time. And I've been saying that for a while, but this crypto market has dragged out. We had a huge move pre-halving, explains why a lot of them have pulled back. You're getting the kind of a delayed reaction, but I'm thinking that this is going to shape up between now and September 21. So we knew back June 21st we had peaked out on a bunch of different assets. I mean, even before that, and it's still down. There was no inflection to the upside around June. We're gonna have to get through, I think, which it might seem like a long 6 or 8 weeks, but that's what you've got to wrestle with. You finish it this week, we retest, and we spend 2 to 4 weeks down here. Just so you know, okay? Got to put ourselves in the right position. It's coming. It's not yet. Soil, nah, man, I can't do that. I can't do soil. It probably isn't even on one exchange. Yeah, it's on, well, MEXC. Mitch told me that it's probably true. He said there's something like 1 million new coins were printed, or 2 million coins printed on Solana. That could also be one of the reasons why you see a lot of these other assets not moving, just by the sheer amount of coins getting created. It's draining liquidity into these other markets. So we got to separate dead crypto. Soil, brother, I can't do anything for you. I mean, it's a beautiful bat. And, I would love to say, oh, software is picking off perfect bat pattern, buy it at 90 cents. Oh, wait, it's 73 cents now. The reason why is there's no confirmation. So there's the T1 on the pattern. Things need to happen after the pattern completes to turn the structure into a trade opportunity. That's not going on here. Here we are finally oversold now, but that would need to pivot out. Not interested. I need to see things that have already fully developed and confirmed. NASDAQ down 507 now, guys. New high, new low for the day. Really quick, let's circle back there. NQ. Remember what I said, we're going to 2367. Did we hit it? We hit it. We hit it, 372. There she goes. Target 1 when we started out today. That was the objective, and that's just awesome. Listen, what you guys are witnessing right now is history, and I mean that. It is the fact that we are hitting up here. We're doing this kind of a move off of a big 1618. it's a monster event. Okay, and look, I still say the market in the next 3 to 5 years is going to go much higher. But you are witnessing harmonics in action right here, right now. How long have I been saying 1618, the QQQ at 504, SPY 560? They're all hitting, and you're witnessing what is an unexplainable phenomenon that goes on with harmonics, other than to say we live in a fractal universe, that this stuff matters, that people not even understanding what it's all about naturally respond. These are the natural environmental harmonic market mechanisms. That is why folks that come here to learn this stuff. Invisible levels, I don't know, not really. Discernible for sure. Okay, and understanding, thinking within this framework gets us to days like today. What's up, Scotty? How are you today? Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Joe's saying more time to DCA into crypto. Yeah, DCA, but DCA with strategy behind it. I don't mind DCAing, but hey, DCA at a 618 retracement, DCA at a 382 minimum with confirmation. That's when you're really, integrative DCA, if you will. Before I get out of here, sure, I'll peek at gold. Gold's like this. We're not, I'm not really doing anything other than looking for gold to give us a pullback opportunity for the next move. Look at that up today, 2400. That's amazing. Weekly yellow dot, we're up here. Daily looks like this. Oh, okay. So I'm wondering, what are my squares all about? The squares are this. You have this yellow dot, and it's more like back here. I would say that's your resistance, is like there on the open trigger of the prior dot, which is around 2400, and that your dot to dot. That's from last session we talked about gold. 23 to 2400. 2300 is current support now on the daily. So it's like that. Could that break out? Sure. And we are, like the market itself. Okay, gold will continue to run higher. I'm just looking for the next level to jump in on that stair step. You might have been able to take a shot there at 23, but I don't, I think this weekly is just getting overstretched. And your all-time 1618 is really close. Your all-time 1618 is 2477. And for gold, it's a broader consideration. Okay, it's either 2500 or more like 2900, because the all-time, and we're going to have to start getting to this point here. Gold, stocks, they're doing major moves that we need to make these kind of assessments. We're past we're entering 1618. That's 2450 and change. What are the possibilities? Because we just run the same extreme numbers, the 1902 or better. If we get super extreme 314, and this is longer term, folks. If that's a parabolic 314, you go to there like 3800. But just know, we stair step. Then that's the way I look at all of these. Hit a point. If it's an 886 or a 1618, the major levels, have a pause, 236 or 382, and then continue again as they run up the scale. Look at the last time with gold. And this is, we do this with NASDAQ, with all markets that are doing these long-term trending conditions. There's gold. Amazing. What was the peak? Was that 80? 79, 1979. Oh my God, it's 10 years old. There you go. X, A, Where's the 1618? It's right there. Okay, first stop, first pause. What's that? 2618 on that extreme to that peak. It's just shy of it. I bet if I had this set right, it's probably I knew, yeah, this has got to be like this. And it's just running the scale of ratios and respecting it. You're up at the 2618. Yeah, and that's the first in the extreme levels. It's like there. Yeah, it's at 270. And then a retracement pause. Maybe not as extreme off the 1618 right now, but that's the stair step game. That's how the markets spiral and move. And right now we're at that big 1618 harmonic on gold. So it's up big today. I will get another opportunity. It's going to have to come in though. For me, um, next place to jump on gold is a ways away. We need to roll over. So for now, 2300 support. I do want to talk about, before I get out of here, check out USD JPY, which is a part of the dollar currency complex we've been looking at recent sessions. Big move off of that 162. Big HSI up here, daily and weekly, like that yellow dot. We want to continue to watch this and monitor this, okay? US dollar is going to be increasingly important in the months to come. It's going to give us insight into whether or not we're going to see rates drop, inflation subside, yields. Really, we need to see the yields fall. And I got into that last time. I probably will circle back next week because the 2-year rates, and if you're not following them, you really should be at least taking a peek once a week, twice a week, because we're up here at the 5% trying to roll over. I think if we can roll over and we can break under 420, 415, that would confirm it and this would be done. I also mentioned last time, and again, here are harmonics. Again, just an amazing example of harmonic phenomenon happening in the yield chart, 2-year yield. Look, first time we hit the massive, okay, multi-year high to low 1618 back in 22, rejection. And ever since then, we've not been able to get through that 1618. Eventually, this should get us to like a 382 down. Looks like this. 382. 320, something like that. That's the scene on rates. That's why you're getting, getting this topping action. Okay, I really think that this is the top and we will roll back down soon. Monthly charts like this. There you go. Monthly is a yellow dot as well. We're squeezed here, but this indecision where we are is so critical. It really will go a long way to reinforcing what happens in the next year, 2 years. Need to see rates give it up. If they continue higher, and as soon as this does, like if rates went above 520, 530, I'd say, okay, we've got a problem with rates. But despite everything the last few years, this is still acceptable as long as that's the top. And rates roll over, that will help your crypto scene. That's probably a big reason why crypto is not doing what it should be doing. What's up, Brett? You're looking at the VIX. Yeah, the VIX. The VIX is a tough one because the VIX, they've just destroyed the volatility. Okay, so the VIX index just can't give you the insight the way it used to unless we're extremely hyper days, hyper market events. Here's the TLT 20-year Treasury bond yield. This too, it's been just to get an idea. Okay, so when rates go down, this price goes up, rates go down. And this is a relatively new invention back in the early 2000s. What is this? It's a full reset. I mean, that happens too on assets like this. Okay, you did a full off of that bond ETF reset to the 886, which is a little bit higher. 886 on the TLT is right there around 91. Okay, I'm looking at this. Why? Because they pay you a yield and it's relatively safe unless unless you're buying at 170, then you're screwed. The tips is another instrument, okay, where we're looking for these, and the tips, that's the treasury with no, it's not. Where is the tips ETF? Maybe it's tip. The iShares bond, there you go. There's the iShares bond, the treasury inflation protection. Nothing really there. I go to the monthly chart really since that inception as well. There's the financial crisis. We have a dot, but it needs to stabilize. So and for that to stabilize, meaning the price will start to go up as rates come down. We've been here for 2 years. That's also pretty remarkable. But I do sense a major change coming, folks. I do sense where a lot of these markets that have been locked are going to start to roll. We're going to get a reaction off of the QQQ and the SPY. And then we'll see after the reaction. But for right now, we got to digest the big 1618 that we're going through, and literally started this morning. I mean, literally, this QQQ started this morning, and we're already down like 2%, 2.4% from yesterday. So that's what I have for today, folks. Listen, who wants a software? First person to type in HPC, we will give you a 60-day trial to the software. That way you can get on it and get with our next session. I'm probably going to do the T-Coin webinar in August no matter what, because I don't want to be like we were back in October or in November and calling it, but then we waited to do the seminar. Agar, you got to email me at harmonictrader@gmail, and I'll get you set up with 60 days on the software. Everyone else, folks, get with the program, get with me here. If you have any questions, a few people have reached out to me on getting some consultation. If you want to have a chat, email me, harmonictrader@gmail. Wednesdays and Fridays, I'm usually available during the afternoon. So anything you want to talk about, let me know. Otherwise, folks, have a great weekend, okay? And we'll catch you on Tuesday. And I'm going to get Mitch back here. Big shout out to Mitch Ray. Please hook up with him over at Mitch Ray TA. He's on every night around 7 o'clock. And we'll get him back next week and we'll deep dive. Until then, have a great one, folks. See you next